Urban aquaponic rooftop farming is getting popular in Bangladesh. Traditionally, more than 80% of the people were supported by professions related to farming. In recent decade, the country has experienced drastic development, which is not only overpopulating the metropolitan landscape, but the newfound wealth is pushing development deep into the rural areas. This tiny country with large population is facing an uncertain future as land is being lost to rising water due to climate change, as well as dramatic domestic development eating away the agricultural land. Sustainable agriculture has been a major contributing factor for our culture and our people. Now all that is being lost: the oral tradition, the practical know-how and lack of land ownership. In a response to such a speedy transformation, some in the urban areas are embracing the rooftop aquaponics system for sustainable food production, and for many it is saving the culture, environment, and protecting the future of the nation. Aquaponics is a combination of aquaculture, raising aquatic animals, and hydroponics, soil-free method of farming. Plants and fish are raised in a symbiotic environment in aquaponics, where the excretion of the aquatic bodies is fed to the plants and the plants naturally filter the wastewater for the aquatic animals. Aquaponics requires about only 1/10 water of that used in traditional soil-based agriculture. It is organic agriculture. Plants and fish could be raised on rooftop, veranda or spare places in the city, and the rainwater can be used. Tomatoes are seen in an aquaponics plant. With the ripe ones being harvested, new stems will be sprouted. For the plant, all you need is a plastic tank, brick chips or gravel, electricity, a pump and the aquatic animal's tank. Used plastic bottles can be used again for plants. An electric pump is used for siphoning. Another water pipe releases the filtered water from the plant bed into the fish tank. Tomato, lettuce, strawberry, mint, okra, different types of spinach, papaya, eggplants, gourd, cucumber, broccoli, pumpkin, spinach, beans and many more could be farmed in this method. Among the fish, tilapia, catfish, koi, pangas and other local varieties can be bred. But tilapia is less stressed by environment, and can grow at the normal pace, making it a favorite with farmers. The main difference between soil-based and the soilless farming is the environment-friendly recycling options. In an aquaponics farm, the harvest of plants and vegetables is continuous. Once the tomato or okra yield fruit, new stems would sprout and later provide more. As the farming is carried out in an organic method without pesticides, it is organic and healthy. You can plant decorative plants too. The joy of farming is an added beauty to your urban life. You can have greenery on your rooftop garden. The pleasure of the new buds will enliven you every morning. Aquaponics is not an entirely new method. A look at the cultural and social fabric, and the traditional heritage of Bengali people, we would immediately be reminded that most of our lives we lived in rural areas without electricity, modern technology, and transportation. Most people owned a piece of land to build a house that consisted with a pond, well or a tube well, and relied on the rain water, and had domesticated animals: chicken, ducks and goat and cows mostly. Cow were important for tilting the land. Chicken and ducks were a good source of luxury, proteins. The main source of proteins came from the wild freshwater fish, and the fish from the pond water. Since there were plenty ammonia in the fresh water, and the byproduct of the domestic farm meant growing crops and vegetable were easy and abundant. Unfortunately, in the 80s and the 90s many people opted to cultivate the land more frequently by groundwater irrigation, and usage of chemical fertilizers destroyed the soil. The freshwater fish seem to have left the nation, and the groundwater surely is heating up the earth faster than it is cooling. But out of this crisis in development, came the modernization of aquaponics system. Many in Dhaka and other unbanned cities are incorporating farming fish and planning a fruits and vegetable garden on their rooftop. Many have taken this mission on to provide and secure chemical-free food for their children, and others are doing it to do their part to combat air pollution and keep a little bit of their childhood alive by doing so.